Good morning, YouTubers. Today's question is how to get the low financing and the rebate. Stay tuned. Good morning, YouTubers. It's Tony D here, Taco Golf. And today's topic is how to get the rebate of $1,000 and the 1.9 financing. Well, almost. So here it is. I bought my truck last week, and Toyota is not really discounting these Tacomas. You're pretty much going to pay MSRP, in some places thousands over MSRP on these Tacomas, for the simple reason is supply and demand, as we know. But there are some ways that you can trim the fat off of the deal. And for me, I was actually able to get the 1.9% financing. Well, almost. I got 1.99% financing, and I was able to get the $1,000 rebate. Now, for me personally, I have good credit, and not everybody has good credit, which I get and I understand, and you have to qualify in order to get the special financing based on your credit score. Now, for me, I put a large chunk of money down because I sold my Camaro that was paid for. I had a Camaro Super Sport with only 50,000 miles on it in mint condition that I sold for a pretty good chunk of money. So I used that as a down payment so I can have a lower payment on my truck, because I knew that if I put minimal down, I was going to have a huge payment, like $700 a month, and I didn't want to have to be obligated to $700 a month for 5 years. So with that being said, I already had a good situation going into it. But when I went into the finance office to do the paperwork, I figured I was going to get an interest rate of about 2.5% to 3% for 5 years, because I opted for the rebate in lieu of the 1.9% financing. So when I got into the finance office, to my surprise, I actually got 1.99% financing and the $1,000 rebate. So how did I get that? Well, the reason why I got that is because Toyota, and a lot of finance managers won't tell you this because they want to make finance reserve on you by whatever the buy rate is for the rate. Let's say it's 2%. They want to charge 4% so they can make 2% on finance reserve on you for the back end total profit. So, but because I had a credit score of over 800, I actually qualified for what's called a super preferred rate, which again, they won't tell you unless you ask for it. So if you know going in that your credit score is really good at, let's say, at least 780 or above, I would definitely inquire about the 1.99% financing option that they have in addition to the $1,000 rebate. So a lot of people ask me, well, why didn't you just get the 1.9% financing from the start? Well, the reason is because of my big down payment. In other words, there isn't that much of a difference between 1.9% or even 2.9% if you're coming up with such a large amount of money down payment, because it's only going to change your payment maybe a few dollars, but you get the $1,000 rebate, which is added to your down payment. So there's an advantage there. But if you're not going to come up with a big down payment, then you're probably better off just going with the 1.9% financing instead, because that will make a difference, because the amount that you're going to finance is going to be a lot more. So, but for me, since I had good credit, and this is what I'm telling you guys, is if you have really good credit and going in, remember, knowledge is power. So the more knowledge that you have, the more power you're going to have. So if you know going in that your credit score is an 800 or above, you can actually get the rebate of $1,000 and 1.99% financing through Toyota Motor Credit. But again, if you don't have a nice finance manager who's doing all the paperwork for you, and he's just going after blood and he wants to try to get as much finance reserve as he can, then I would definitely inquire about it, and I wouldn't leave that dealership without securing yourself 1.99% and the $1,000 rebate, because it's worth it to you. You deserve it because you have good credit. So why not get the best? Don't settle for anything more when you know you can get less, is basically what I'm trying to tell you. So with that being said, that's how I kind of got a nice break on the payment and a nice break on the rate and the rebate of $1,000. So keep that in mind when you're going to go into the finance office, that if you have good credit, you can definitely get both the rebate and 1.99% financing, which is only 0.9 difference from the actual incentive that they have. So anyway, just a thought. Post your comments down below. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And please subscribe to my channel. It's Taco Golf, TACOGOLF. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and have a great day.